Yeah, we are live, so welcome everyone. It is a Tuesday and we are racing at Brands. This is going to be some fun. I will be talking some smack for the next hour or so, and I'm solo-owing this, so you better be nice. Yeah, this hopefully is the last time that we have some shitty sound. From next week we will have a clear sound, as my new microphone was supposed to have arrived already, but seems like it will only arrive at the end of the week. So we are in single make Alpines and we're at Brands, so this is going to be really fun. And if it's not fun, we'll blame it on Niall. It's always Niall's fault. Whenever something goes wrong in LNR, we blame it on Niall. So we're into quali, and we don't really expect too much crazy to happen in quali. We'll see if Kieran is going to quali. I hope he does not quali, because I think we can do with a, as they say, a last to first situation. So currently we've got Bingham that has gone out, and we've got Alan that's out, Boyce that's out, Teron that has gone out, Miller, Weaver, Zovitsky, he's a new guy, I don't know him, Hoffman, Groenewald and Hargreaves so far. I know Dave will do his usual start from pit lane. I see Kieran is still sitting in the pit, so hopefully they are also joining the from last to first brigade. I need to press some buttons here, if I remember correctly. Last time there were some buttons I could press. You know, I suck at this, so no, on that, no, there we go. I think it's that one. Aha! Now we can see gaps. Okay. So we're getting there. We're getting there with some of the fancier things for streaming. You know, we're not too old to learn. Okay, so Bingham is going to be the first one to hit a flying lap. So let's see how Bingham goes in the situation. I don't really know what to expect from Bingham, as he is a bit of an unknown to me. I've raced against him a few times, but this oak I know exactly. He's in a Quan Alpine. Now, Alan, with all due respect to Mr. Allen, we've got a word that we created within the LNR team, and it's called quant. Now, Alan is driving a quan. Now, we know Alan's not a quant, but, I mean, that's close. And it's blue. Alan. Okay, Hardus is putting in the hard yards here. I see he's carrying the number 1 plate. Well done, Sim GP. Tron going through there a little bit sideways. I like that color scheme on his Alpine. Ooh, Zovitsky in special heat ran a bit wide there while he was fighting with Weaver. Let's check Hargreaves. Here he comes, there he goes, and then we've got Weaver behind him. And we've got Keith Groenewald. There's a few names here I don't know. I don't really know these guys. Ooh, here comes one of my favorites. Mr. Essie Esterhuizer from the ZRC crowd in the house. Him and I will have a match-up tomorrow night. Hello, Z. Are you here? So Z, we got a Jude. We call this the Jude.
No more saying cuss words, guys.
Wait, let's push it up. We've got to hear this. Here we go. This is for all you bad oaks.
No more more saying cuss words, guys.
Hope you can hear that. Z, tell me if you hear this.
No more saying cuss words, guys.
Dave, last to first, eh? Okay, so let's see. We should have some lap times by now. There we go. So Bingham, 3:24. My man. Harder's only 0.1 behind him. Then you got Mr. Miller and P3, and then Essie dropping to P5.3 because Grant, Mr. G, my man, G Seb, puts it in P2. Grunewald and Hargreaves look like they're still learning a bit of the circuit with Immelman. Patterson, the youngling, is keeping it in the pits. Then we've got Giardina, that's a new dude. Then Hoffman, and then where's Mr. Cockett? Let's check. So here's Rudy van Eden, and then here we go. Here's Gavin, our good friend. They're from Cape Town. CRZ, so we've got them all. I think we got another new one. No, that one we know.
Another one.
There we go. So this will be every time someone makes a prank.
Another one.
What did you do?
Another one.
Another one. And of course, as always, if someone overtakes someone.
And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust.
This one will be assigned tonight to Kieran, because Kieran will be doing from last to first, as will Dave. So Dave and Kieran, you two boys will respectively receive that one. And every time Alan or Grant makes a mistake, we will just be
Emotional, damn it!
that is who we will be. And then anytime someone gets a penalty or a drive-through or just royally crashes themselves out, they will solely receive the sad tune. And then if someone does a... Did Kieran quali? No man, Kieran's sitting in P, he's in the pits, so we can't do much about that. He's sitting in the pits. And then if someone does some nice overtaking, we're gonna have some fun tonight, boys. I'm sure my inverter will last 45 minutes for the race. I'm 100% sure your inverter will last 45 minutes. Get in here. Let's go. Come on, Essa. Do it. Do it for Daddy. You basically have 3 minutes, maybe 5, because there'll be the start. You can start from pits. Come on, jump in here, Z. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Okay, so back to the overall standings. So let's see where we're at. So Darren's sitting in the pits in P3, half a second behind boys. So Essie is in P6, Hargreaves 11, Weaver 8, Kieran there sitting in his Toby Alpine. Very interesting. Him and Alan have some interesting sponsor choices tonight. Then we've got Dave and Burger King. My man Dave. He is the king of the burger. And then we've got Groenewald just parking there. Then Hardes sitting in P2. Only 0.2 off of Bingham. That's a nice time there from Hardes. Nicely done. Then we've got Zovitsky, who is in P16, who has not set a lap time yet, but he's done a few laps, so he must be red lapping them, sadly. Then we've got Rudy van Eden, also in a Kwan car. So, interesting. Toby Kwan. Is that what we're going with here? So, Kieran is in Toby and Alan is in Kwan. And together the Patterson boys make Toby Kwan. My sack, I suck. No, it's too hot. I hate to sleep. You make me laugh. You make me laugh. That is so funny. Weak sauce, I tell you. It's all good. It's all good. So there's a minute left in quali. I don't think anyone's catching Bingham. Hardus sure as heck is trying. Here's Immelman, Willem Immelman. He is also in a Toby Kwan car. Tron, or is it Theroun? This is Tian Theroun. He must be family of Charles Theroun, because he's Tian Theroun, and he races for Team ACT. Now, is that the ACT Brumbies from Australia, my man, or is just a coincidence? We are going to just gooi random facts out here today because, well, this is how I roll. Then we got Gavin in Ballistic Motorsport. Well, you know, so Gavin on console days, his name was Ballistic. Now this oak, if you ever could hear a oak gaan bos, he would justify the Jude.
No more saying cuss words, guys.
Because that is what Gavin would do when Gavin gets upset. Okay, so quali is done. Bingham has done enough. He is in the pits. Hardus is in P2. He's still trying to see if he can't bet himself. Essie is in P6. 1.1 seconds, doing a nice little slide there into turn 1. Yeah, everyone jumping back to the pits. So I reckon the grid is reasonably set. That's not too shabby. So Bingham, Boycer, Miller, Patterson, Grant. Grant needs to find high gear because he can't be 0.8 off of Sean Bingham there in the front. Like, come on, Grant, what's happening? Hello, Ashley. You be the box, okay? You will be the box, not me. Issa says he physically can't crawl over to the rig. You know, Issa, they call that age, my man, age. You are getting old. That's all we're going to say. You are getting old. Okay, now we wait, and we wait a bit some more. 40 seconds, and then we go racing, boys. So, Bingham. Oh, look at Grant right at the end there. Ooh, Grant was listening to me and he channeled his inner feistiness. So Bingham from Sebastian, from Boycer, from Miller. Those top 3.2 between the top 3. Nicely done. Then, yeah, so for Bingham and Sebastian, they absolutely deserve. Absolutely. Boyce is in P3, Miller P4, Allen in P5, Essie P6, Mr. Theroun in P7, then Weaver, then Gavin, then Mr. Hargreaves, then Giardina, then Hoffman, then Immelman, Groenewald, Van Heerden, Zolwitsky, who eventually put down a lap, so that's good. Then Kieran and Dave, they will be my sexy boys. There we go, sexy boys. Maybe he is scared. Of course Essa is scared. Essa was scared that Terrence was racing, and Terrence the Terrible, when Terrence races, he just crashes everyone out of the way. That's what happens. Now we're just waiting for the server to eventually tick over so that we can go racing, which is taking forever. Ashley, did you break the server? Because you set the server up. I'm so thankful I did not set up the server, because the first time I set up a server, I crashed it going through what we call practice into quali, and the whole server somewhere just died, which was quite funny. How's that able to drive out the pits? What's going on here? There we go. Yay. So Alan in his Toby Kwan. And as you'll see, some of the cars are bum in the air, side wing in the air, front nose in the air. That's because the Oaks are fiddling with their setups in the background, trying to make the car faster. It's set for long because people moan. My bro. People moan when they're happy. People moan when they're sad. People just like to moan. Just look at Niall. That's all he does. He moans when he's happy. He moans when he's sad. He moans when he wins. He moans when he gets taken out. It's what the Oaks do. They do a Niall. I'm so gonna rag him because I know he can't watch the stream because he's busy looking after his sick wife. So high five, Niall. Well done to you for doing good things. Look after your sick wife. Make sure she feels better. As I say all of that, here comes Niall. I knew you'd bully me. Of course I'm going to be bullying you, Niall. You're not supposed to be here.
30 seconds.
Okay. We've got a full formation lap. I thought we'd have a short formation lap, but we've got a full formation lap. So then we get to talk some more rubbish about these guys. There's some great guys in the field. So I cannot wait to talk about them. My favorite person is Dave Young right at the back, and just purely because Dave is Dave. The Oak is like the silent assassin. You never know about him. He just goes about his business, and every now and again he puts in a stellar drive and he surprises everyone that he has such phenomenal speed. That's Dave. That's Dave for you. Another Toby Kwan there for Hoffman. A few of the boys running similar. Dave in his Burger King taking forever to get off the line. Niall, don't make me play the Jude for you, ne? You will get the Jude.
No more saying cuss words, guys.
Okay, Niall, behave. Can't be saying bad words on stream. You got to behave yourself. But Dave's car, I must say, that looks absolutely fantastic. It seems like the Alpines actually have a few awesome skins to work with. I mean, Burger King is one of... I just absolutely love Burger King. It's one of the good ones. Okay, so Hargreaves, for some reason, he's going to start from the pits. Bingham will be starting from P1 for the Talk Academy. Then you've got Sebastian, who is just racing for Sebastian. So Sebastian just races for himself, as far as I understand. Unless he's vaping something, and it could be a bomb. And we'll see him implement a bomb possibly on Bingham. One of those things that sometimes do happen. Then we've got Hardes, who is seemingly teammates to Bingham in the Talk Academy, so that's why they're running similar skin coloring. Then we've got Darren Miller from PWSR from the Bravo side. Now I would assume Alan is from the Alpha side because Alan is the Alpha of the team. He is team boss. Then you've got Essie for ZRC, and every now and again I like to confuse him and I call them the ZCC. So I always suck at that. Then you've got Landon Weaver in his Mokrika. That's quite interesting. Gavin for Ballistic Motorsport, and Francesco for Iron Maiden. I like that. Hey, let's get to the front. We're kind of going to sit on, I think we're going to sit on Boycer, which should ideally give us the best view for the start. And I absolutely just hope these boys keep it clean and do themselves some favors and have a blast. So here we go, we're getting ready, and let's see who gets the whole shot. If Sebastian on the outside actually gets past Bingham, and we're a go, and it's green lights, and in the back you can see Kieran's already lining up the gap there in the middle. We've got Boycer, Sebastian, Bingham's running wide. Sebastian's gone for the inside line, and I think Sebastian's actually, he's got them. He's got it. So Sebastian's stolen the lead right there. Let's see how the boys get through the rest of the field. I know I'm jockeying, jumping, floating, bumping. So Kieran's already coming through past Hoffman. So Kieran almost tried to go down. Kieran almost licked the stamp and sent it down the inside of Hoffman, but thought better of it, as he's definitely got lots of time to get through the field here. So Patterson already up to P14. Then you've got Van Heerden behind Zovitsky, and Dave, as always. Dave is just checking out and waiting for lap 2 before he gets going. Hargreaves eventually out the pits. Sebastian's still in the lead with Bingham right up his backside, but Miller has also pulled a move and got him past Boycer. So there's a few jingles that need to be played, but at this moment in time there's only one jingle that needs to be played, and that is this one for Sebastian.
And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust.
Yes, because that was absolutely sexy. Hey, let's see what happens here. The boys are lining up and getting ready to go into the final corner, and they are coming through to finish the first lap of the race. And this first little group have definitely broken away. So Alan's right at the back behind Essie, and he's kind of just sitting there thinking this is a good spot to be. Sebastian being chased down by Bingham, but Miller is having a look. Miller possibly, Essie's gone for the inside on Boycer. That's a bit of a hard move, but a slight little rub there, but nothing too drastic. But Boycer's not giving up. Essie's going to have to go around the outside. Boycer's keeping the inside line. Will he have the drive? Alan's about to stick his nose in and make it 3 wide. The Boycer's still in this with Essie, so a slight little nudge there. That's going to send Essie wide. That gives Alan in his Toby Kwan, gives him the position there, and he's lining up Boycer. Will he get a double whammy? Come on, Alan. Let's see if he get it. Boycer left the door open. Alan had a proper look, but was not meant to be. Then you've got Theron and Weaver in the background. Alan dives, just sticks it up the inside, pushes Boyce a little bit wide. Essie follows suit, but you've got Essie's now having a look at Alan. Essie's having a look. I need to, and Theron and Weaver in the background, they decide to go farming. I still need to see because what happened to Patterson's in P11, Kieran. I'm just keeping an eye on where he's going, because these three over here, they've just like absolutely, poor Hardes has gone from P3 and he's dropped all the way down to P6, and Miller's just having a look there at Bingham. So Alan obviously needs to settle in now, take a deep breath, and see if he can get flying past these guys. Essie. That was a bit cheeky from Essie there. I think he went for a move that wasn't really on there at all. But nonetheless, he didn't lose too much time there. That just seems like a race incident. But we do have the live stewards. The live stewards absolutely will have a look at that one and decide who should possibly get a slap across the face there for doing something they should not be doing. Hey, so Essie is now just ahead of Kieran. Kieran's up to 9th. Kieran's just absolutely sliced and diced this field. Essie runs wide. That's going to give Kieran a look. Will Kieran... Kieran's going for the inside. Kieran almost runs into the back of Essie. There was some hair-raising moments right there. I see one of the boys ahead. Theron, he keeps running wide there. He's going to get a drive-through on the next lap, because that keeps giving you a drive-through there. Kieran's having a look. Kieran's absolutely got just so much more speed here at this moment in time. I just want to see... Essie wants to go on the inside. Kieran, that was a bit of a mix-up right there. Well, they survived, both survived, so Essie's in the pits. Gavin and Guardiana is fighting it out here for P12 and P13 at the moment. So Essie's in the pits. Then you've got Hargreaves. Dave's already done his stop. Van Heerden is looking for a long way around. He's looking for like the long lap. Zovitsky has also pits, but he's quite far behind. So back to the front we go. And Bingham is all over Grant right here, and Miller's just sitting there and watching this and going, yes boys, yes, make a mess of this. Give me the lead. Ooh, Miller had a look there. I'm like, stop talking just so I can actually witness and see what these boys are doing, because this is looking absolutely fantastic. The racing is super close, super tight, and I do believe that Patterson is making some inroads. He's 1.9 seconds behind Miller, so let's see what happens over the next lap, because Alan's got some proper clean air. Bingham keeps giving just an inside look there to Grant. So Grant's definitely not able to just run those sweet, nice little lines that he likes to run, and Bingham is all over Grant at the moment. It does seem like Grant might be holding the field up, which is definitely going to be helping Alan from his side. Kieran's coming there in P8, so Kieran's also not far off, so these boys better be getting a move on. So Alan and Harders, they've settled in nicely there. Then you've got Weaver and Tron with Kieran right behind them. That is quite something. Then you've got Immelman a little bit on his lonesome on his ride. Then you've got Hoffman and Cockett and Giardina. They all having a bit of a battle here. Finally, boys are having some fun. Hargreaves is still recovering from his pit lane start. Essie is out of the pits, and he has cleared Dave. So that is a 4 position. So Dave now needs to pull his finger and put the burger down and start driving like an absolute maniac. Back to the front we go. Zawitsky and Van Heerden are having a fight out as well here for the back spots. But to the front we got Sebastian, Bingham, Miller still going at this as if there is just no return. And Alan's taken almost a second out of them to catch up, so things are going to get a little bit interesting. So Weaver's gone into the pits. I just want to see, there's Groenewald, here comes Patterson. So we're going to wait for Patterson to make this move, and if Patterson makes this move, as he should, let's see, where is he going to do it? Is he going to be into turn 1? No, it's not going to be into turn 1. I'm sure he's going to just go for it down the inside here into turn 2. Is he? Ooh, late lunge there. Groenewald stays well clear, and I think for that one he deserves one of these.
And another one gone, and another one gone, another one bites the dust.
And Kieran is on the move, and he is absolutely flying. Now Kieran has got some clear air. He can lay down his sweet laps and try and chase down these boys. So Hardus in P5, so Kieran is now P6. Patterson, the senior, is in P4, and then you got Miller. Ooh, and these boys are catching up to the boys that have done pit stops. So this is going to cause a bit of chaos. So Zovitsky, come on camera, catch up camera. Zovitsky got out of the way there nicely. Okay, so Sebastian, Bingham and Miller still all line astern, with Patterson about 1.2 seconds behind, trying to chase them down. And then he's got Tron and Immelman. Oh no, he's just got Boyce between him and his son Kieran, and Kieran's got about 4.5 seconds he's got to make up to get to Boyce, which should be quick. So Sebastian goes defensive into turn 1. Sean should get a much better drive. Is he going to go for the lunge? No. Ooh, he almost cuts off Darren. Mr. Miller goes for the move down the outside of turn 2 because of Bingham's half lunge that he tried, which has now given Sebastian about 2 car lengths. Let's see. So Patterson and Boyce is all over Patterson, but it just seems like he just doesn't have enough to catch up to them. So Kieran has already taken a second out of these Oaks in 1 lap. So let's see what Kieran can do on this lap, where he has an entire full lap to himself. Oof, the boys are catching up to more back markers. Alan takes a very tight line, whereas Harders runs a very loose line through there. Just want to see who's where. Ugh. AC is sitting in P12, pulling away from Dave. He's taken about 1.5 seconds out of Dave, so he's moving on. Dave needs to see if he can try and hang with SE so that they can that early pit stop can work for them. Then back to the front we go with Sebastian still leading the field with Bingham and Miller, but it does seem like there's a slightly bigger gap between Sebastian and Bingham at this stage, where Miller is definitely fighting to get past Bingham. So 15, almost 15 minutes gone in this race, and it's been jam-packed action from the lights out. These three in the front have been giving us some quality entertainment. Alan seems to be catching up. We might just be in this battle, and Harris is just hanging back and being dragged along. Bingham definitely looks like he's got more pace than Grant. Grant was just wily at the start and was able to get past and is making that Alpine like an Alpine 2.0 because he's making it that freaking wide. It's insane. And then Miller, I think Miller is just sitting there, biding his time, waiting to see what happens. Woof! And Bingham does a late brake maneuver there, almost runs into the back of Sebastian there. Whew! Sebastian must have held his breath there in the mirror. Well, Kieran has taken another second out of these boys, so his gap is now below 3 seconds. So Kieran is fast and frantically coming. He's like fast, and he's, well, I don't think he's furious because no one's bumped him or made him furious just yet. We will wait for that to happen, and that might come in the great form of Alan, because Alan is a wily old fox. Oh, Bingham runs wide. Miller not close enough to capitalize off of that. The boys are getting a little bit sloppy in the front, which is definitely helping Alan to get closer. So let's just jump back through the field, see where we're at. Patterson P4, Boyce P5, Kieran P6, Tron solo drive here in his ACT Brumbies Alpine. That's what I'm going to call it. Mr. Throne, P7. Then you've got Zovitsky, who is a lap down due to making a pit stop. He has got a fight with Gavin, who has also made his pit stop. And then Groenewald, who just seemingly has had a bad race because he hasn't had a pit stop yet, but his car definitely looks quite damaged with his bonnet flailing about. Then Van Heerden in P17, and then you've got Hoffman and Giardina, who is fighting it out. Then you got Hargreaves in 11th. Then you got Essie still in P12 and in theoretically P1 due to the pit stop that he has made. And then Dave sitting in P13. Back with the front boys. So Bingham still has not been able to get a move on Sebastian. But he is sitting there closely eyeing it up. Then you've got Miller in the background. And looky look, Alan has joined the party. So we've got PWSR Bravo versus PWSR Alpha, because Alan will be team captain, so he is Alpha. And then we've got PWSR Alien approaching with vast amounts of speed. And then you've got poor Boyce that is sandwiched between a Patterson burger. As you can see, we can see the whole group in one shot. So you've got P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 and P6 all basically in one shot. This is going to get quite entertaining to see how Kieran is able to get through all of them with 30 minutes to go. Will they just hand the spots over, or will they fight him for it? We will be ready at the trigger with some sound effects to make things sound absolutely fantastic for all of us. Let's just see what happened. Google decided to shut itself down. Oh, I'm having a problem with Google. Google is not wanting to work. Okay, so let me grab my phone so that I can see what you boys are saying in the comment section. While I say that, I see that Alan has jumped into the pits, which might be a good idea to get out of this traffic and not fight with these boys, and see if he can do the whole undercut situation to get past them. And then you've got Kieran, who is busy catching up to them, and again it would maybe be wise for Kieran to jump in the pits early so that he can try and get some clear track, which he has had most of the race. Okay, we're back. I've got my cell phone. Let's get the comments up so that we can see what everyone is saying in the commento section of the stream. I wonder how many track limits everyone has. Yeah, I must say, Ashley, I'm wondering the same thing, because I've seen a few of these boys that have gone way wide compared to what would be legally acceptable. Okay, Sebastian seems to be making moves, but the boys are now starting to pull away from Miller. So Darren is now almost 2 seconds behind. So the two front boys have started to now stretch their legs, either because the cars are dropping some fuel, or someone is getting tired, or someone got bored. You know, it's always the case. Or the tequila has kicked in and oaks are tired. Hazard oom Skitty, welkom in Telkom se huis. We are here at the Brands. We are watching Grand Sebastian fighting with a Sean Bingham. And then they've got Darren and Hardus, and then you got Kieran, who races for PWSR Alien. Yes, in a Toby Quant sponsored car. Okay, so he is like just a snap of a finger and he's dispatched.
And another one gone, and another one gone, another one bites the dust.
Poor Hardus. Hardus has been dispatched and he has kicked the dust. And next up will be Miller. So Hoffman is in the pits, Groenewald is in the pits. Alan has made his pit stop and sitting in P7. That's an absolutely good spot to be in. Let's see what Kieran does. Woo! Kieran's having a look. Kieran's stuck it down the inside. That looks like some team orders work there. So PWSR Bravo pulled a slightly, oops, I ran wide again move and allowed the PWSR Alien to just slip on through without even using any lubrication. He just put it in and he took it and away he goes. Now to see if Miller can hang with the Alien. So, and on cue for Patterson Jr.
And another one gone, and another one gone, another one bites the dust.
And he is on his way in P3. Then you've got these two boys that have absolutely just now it's been sexy all race long. What these two boys have been doing has just been absolutely hotness. Okay, so let's see who's where. So obviously Patterson here, well, new Patterson, so Kieran, then Miller and Boycer, and I reckon Boycer's just hanging on to see how this race develops. Then you've got Tian Theron, Charlize's cousin, we assume, because there's a Theron. He's like on his lonesome doing his thing, just chilling out, having a lekker race. And this oak's sitting pretty in P6. Then you got Alan in his Quant blue Alpine, and it's nogal lekker, but he's done his pit stop, so he's now just going to go to the finish line. Then you've got Gavin sitting in P14, and he seems to have cleared he's cleared Zovitsky and R van Eden, so we'll have to see how he filters through with the rest of the boys as the pit stops happen. Then we've got Immelman fighting with Essie and with Giardina, and then you've got all these oaks all fighting together. So Essie goes through on Immelman, so Immelman doesn't make the corner, so for Essie, well done.
and another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust.
Lekker my boy. Okay, so that is done and dusted. So let's just wait for everything to hook itself up here. Okay, let's get back to the racing. So Dave in P12, Zovitsky P15, Van Heerden, and then Hoffman. Then we are back with the front boys, and as we suspected, they are still just glued together, Grant and Bingham. You could actually make this like the Grant Bingham car, because they like so close together and they've been glued together this whole race. They might as well be one car. Call it the double S, the Sebastian Shawn. Look at me come with my dry jokes, huh? This is probably how all of you oaks are looking at me on stream now. Oh, such dry freaking humor, hey? Oh, yes, I almost used the wrong word.
No more saying cuss words, guys.
Yes, there we go. We are going to try and introduce a new policy. No more bad words. Life will be hard and boring. And Kieran is doing what Kieran does best. Flying like a flying saucer in his Toby Quant mobile. And Darren is having a lacquer fight here with Boyce. Now Boyce has finally decided, hey, let me hook up map 1
Not over yet.
and let's gooi some millies out the windows and let's go racing. We are at the half point in the race, so let's recap where we are at. So we are having Grant Sebastian in P1 after a brilliant overtake on the second corner on lap 1. Then you've got Bingham in P2, who has basically been stalking Grant like one of those stalkers who just check all the aunties on OnlyFans but doesn't pay for the fans. That's basically what Bingham is doing. And then you got Kieran, who is like a silent assassin. He's like Blade. He's doing all kinds of things in the shadows, and when you check, this oak's just going to be in the front of the race. That's kind of all we are waiting for. He's just going to be like, peekaboo, here I am in the lead, bye-bye. So we'll wait and see if that is the case. Then you've got Miller, who has basically just been Miller. He's been like a Miller. He's been dry, but he's been cautious, and the oak's been lekker. He's having a goeie race, and he's kicking ass, and it's just being lekker. And then you got Hardus. Hardus is like he's being like a staunch whiskey. This oak is fighting tooth and nail for oaks to understand just what is gunning on here with this oak. This oak is just, he's been hammering it. He's been fighting with everyone who look like they want to have a fight. Maybe he should be called the Brakpan Special, because Hardus is absolutely just, wherever he can, he is making a fight. You send me a live timing. Okay, what I must do with live timing? I was watching the oaks on track here. Oh, Kieran made a mistake there. He ran very wide. Ooh. So even aliens can make a mistake. I see. So PWSR alien make a mistake. Might be a software upgrade that is required. So, okay, Giardina has jumped into the pits. Mr. Theron is still on his own there in P6. Having a lekker race, but he will forfeit that position once he does a pit stop, because Alan in his Quant car will take over that position, and then Alan is being stalked by Mr. Hoffman in P13. Then you've got Keith hanging around here for P17. Then you've got Essie a long way back from Alan. 11.5 seconds where Essie is back, but that is due to that racing incident, which I assume has taken or has been seen as a racing incident, as no punishment or PKs were handed out to Essie and Alan when they had coming together. Then you've got Mr. Willem Immelman in P10, and then you've got his teammate, who I assume is Paul Hargreaves, who still needs to make pit stop. That's definitely a track cut. That oak like cut the whole corner there, but he's hit the wall somewhere because he's got a bonnet that is speaking long words. And then you've got oh, I see Hargreaves got a 5-second penalty. So Hargreaves somewhere he made trouble, and he got a whooping from the stewards. So for that we say
Emotional, damn it!
bad boy, bad boy. Then we got Dave in his Burger King, but Dave also looks like he was in a bit of wars. He's all scraped up on the front of his car. So Theron is in the pits, Hargreaves is in the pits, Van Heerden is in P14, and whoa, Donner Zawitsky just went straight on there. He missed the wall thankfully, and he's back on track. Whew, I almost thought that oak was tickets. Gavin racing on his own here still in P16, and then Dron's at the pits. So that was just a gooi and dash and run. Back with the leader, and Grant is still ahead of Bingham. So I assume these boys are just going to go to the end. But look who has been stalking them in the background. Do we have something for stalking here? When Kieran gets close to these boys, we're going to play him the sweet music, because Kieran's going to be sweet passing them by and waving as he goes. Okay, Hargreaves is still in the pits. He might be fixing some damage there. Miller is now on his own because Hardus has also jumped in the pits, but here's something interesting. Hardus is in P6. Essie is P7. What happened to Alan? Where's Alan? Alan. We've lost Alan. Why? Why is the computer not picking up Alan? What is going on here? Okay. Grant is going into the pits, so he's not going to the end. But that was a clean jump into the pits, and Grant is followed by Kieran. Very interesting move for Kieran to somewhere spring in with him. So let's see if it pays off for Kieran, and who has the better pit stop where there's stopping and straight upping. And there we go, there's Alan. So let's see where Alan will come out compared to these boys. So Hardus is a long way behind Alan. Oh, Sebastian and Kieran is going, and they are going to come out far ahead of Senior Patterson. So that was a great flip, man, Paul. 5th position, car 5. Huh? What now? Yes, now I know, but I couldn't find the car, like physically on track. The computer did not want to take me to his car. Okay, so now we're going to see with Bingham that has been released, if he can do some magic and build some gap, or if he will jump into the pits within the next lap or so, so these boys cannot use the undercut of the pit stop. I've also run into a problem. I've run out of beer. How must I commentate with no beer? Explain this to me. This is not good. It's a sad moment. It's a very sad moment. And my wife, she's sleeping, so I can't even gooi and say, make nog 'n beer. Okay, so Immelman is in the pits. Zawitsky is back into the pits, but Zawitsky's been in the pits now for a few laps, so I think Zawitsky's got some major damage. Brandon, lack of 53x for bad eyes. Listen here, nee. Listen here. Boet, vir jou, nee. Kak joke you, man. Well, Bingham has gone for another lap, so let's see how long he pushes this, but Kieran first needs to dispatch Grant, and in theory, just drink tequila. You're not wrong. I could probably just do that. Well, Patterson just gulped down a whole big piece of that gap. I think it is a matter of corners before Kieran just gets past Sebastian. But Grant should be making this very difficult for Kieran, because this in theory will be for the lead. Let's see, Kieran's going for the inside. Grant put a late break there. Is he going to make the corner? He makes the corner, but Kieran is carrying far more corner speed. I'm like curious, I'm keeping an eye on the gap, so the gap from Miller to Bingham is staying constant, but Kieran is like glued to the back of Grant's Alpine. I think Grant has got a magnet, because all the Oaks that are trying to overtake him, they just get to his rear. But yo, Patterson, having looked down the outside, Grant was savvy to that move and just covered off the inside. Now Patterson is going to pull the zigzag. He's going to fake it to the left. He's going to dive to the right. Check, watch. Yeah, he's going to try and cut it back now and put it down the inside. It's going to work. No, it's not going to work. He's not close enough. Grant is wily to the move of Patterson. Whoa, but Grant outbreaks himself. Now he's gonna be compromised. They've got a back marker who just jumps out the way, and Grant squeezes Patterson a little bit so that he can take the corner. Ooh, boy, this is getting interesting. I think Patterson's got him. Patterson's going for the inside. Oof. Grant cut his nose off there. Grant is driving aggressive. Patterson is taking chances, those 50-50 looks, and he's playing the game of, will you make a mistake, because he's looking inside, he's looking outside. Patterson, you can see, definitely has a superior speed, but Grant is racing a very clever race here and being very wily about it. Yeah, this is some good racing. The other boys, the gap is a little bit far, so we'll watch this, because this is where the race has been at. Oh, Grant put a wheel on the grass. He's being a gentleman. He's giving Patterson the outside line. We're going to have a 2 wide into the final corner. Who will blink first? Sebastian holds it tight. Patterson's going to try and undercut him, but Grant is keeping to the inside. He's blocking that move. Man, this is some good racing from these two boys. All the meantime, this could be to the benefit of Bingham, because Bingham's out in front and he's able to just run sweet laps, where these two boys are absolutely hoying the doors and the blockers and the no entry signs at each other. But Grant got squealy there. Patterson is going to have a look. Yeah. Patterson's got him. Grant's run wide. That's it. Game over. Patterson's got him. Oh, but Grant's going to shoot. I almost thought Grant was going to pull a Project Vape bomb there, but he thought twice about pulling a bomb. So now let's see. Patterson, in theory, now should just pull away. If I was Bingham, I would be in the pits right now. Absolutely right now. That was amazing racing from Grant. Grant should, in theory, now be racing for P2. Well, he should still be racing for P1, but I just think that Kieran has got the superior speed and is just going to pull away. So for the last, not the last time yet, but for taking Grant.
And another one gone, and another one gone, another one bites the dust.
There we go. Well done, Kieran, for passing Grant. Grant holding the race lead just about for the whole race. And we've got a yellow flag somewhere on track, and Bingham has not jumped in the pits, and I feel that is going to be a mistake. While there was a gap for Kieran not to make up, I think Bingham should have jumped into the pits to capitalize off of their battle that they've had, because now Patterson is being released. He is just going to chew up whatever advantage Bingham had over Kieran and them. So yeah, so an unlucky not to yeah, Grant did an absolutely fantastic job there. There was some good racing from the boys. No stupid stuff, no crazy stuff, just absolutely respectful, close and decent racing, which is exactly what we want to see. Lucky not a stink bomb. You crack me up. Okay boys, while this is going on, let's quickly jump through the field. So Sebastian is in P4 now. Alan is in P5, but he's 4.6 seconds off of Grant. I doubt he's going to make up that. Then you've got Immelman in P10. Boyce that's sitting in P6, but he's 9 seconds off of Patterson, so that's also quite a big distance. And then you've got Essie, who is 6 seconds off of Hardes. Then you've got Hoffman in P11, and he will be having a fight with Giardina in P12. And then Young, that's sitting pretty in P8. That early pit stop has definitely paid off for him because he's just stayed out of trouble. Hargreaves P13, and then obviously we've got Bingham, who still needs to pit, who is sitting in P1. And I think he is just absolutely killing his own race at this point because Kieran's now just going to eat up that gap. Your banner at the bottom is blocking the lap times. Oh, sorry, man. I will take it away. Check it, and he's gone. There you go. Now you can check some lap times. I apologize for the mistake. Okay, so Bingham pulling away from Darren. Darren is sitting in P2 but was 5 seconds behind. He is now 7.8, so he's clearly made a slight error somewhere. And PWSR Bravo is running into some problems. So you've got Zovitsky, who's back out, but he's 3 laps down. Kieran doing 31.7s. Last lap 31.9. Yeesh. Boy is running. Can't see if Kieran was losing to Bingham. Okay, so let's see. So Kieran did a 31.7. So let's go see. Grant is doing 33s. Yeah, no, geez. That's quite far off. Alan's doing 32.8s. Hardes is doing 32.3s. Dave's doing 34s. Yeah, I'm looking. So Darren is doing 33.8s. Kieran 31.9. Grant 33s. Ow. Why do we miss Bingham? Essie, Rudy, Francesco, Dave. There we go. Sean's doing 32.9. Oof. Yeah, no. It's done. I think Bingham knows that's why he's probably staying out, but I think he should have pitted earlier. As soon as he saw Kieran get past Sebastian, he should have done the pit stop to see if he can get out ahead and at least fight the way Grant was fighting. I think realistically, the battle here is going to be for P2. I think Kieran has got P1s sorted, and the fight's going to be for P2. Because if I have a look at it, Alan's taken a second out of Grant on that last lap, so things can get interesting for Patterson Senior as well. Let's see. No, Bingham's still not going into the pits. Oof. Bingham's going to run this and pit on the last lap. Well, he's only got 4 minutes left of a window. Miller coming in, so let's see where he filters out. That's Van Heerden. Here comes Kieron. Let's see what PWSR Alien does. He should comfortably just take P2. And then the question will be is, will Grant be able to get past Miller as well? So let's see, Patterson is flying. Miller is still sitting pretty in the pits. There goes Patterson. He's passed. Miller has dropped down. Grant will take him as well, but Grant's made a mistake because Alan is all over Grant and they've both passed Miller. So that tells us that Bingham is also in trouble. We might have a Patterson 1-2 on our hands. Now does that not just sound absolutely sexy? Patterson 1-2. Ooh. Let's see. Again, we will have a battle with Grant. Grant Seb will be fighting with another Patterson. Will the older Patterson win out like the young Patterson? We're just watching the gap to all the other guys. The gaps are a little bit far apart. This is basically the battle that is on track. So this is what we will keep an eye on. Patterson, you can see, definitely has the upper hand. He has so much more pace than Grant at this stage. Oh, jeez. That was just too easy. Sebastian made a mistake. And Alan just swooped in, but Grant is going to fight for the inside line. But Patterson, Alan will... Oh, Alan also made a mistake there. Alan wanted to do the cutback. Woof. That was close, and Alan was cutting grass. Bingham has pitted. Oh, we missed it. Okay, let's wait for the timing screen to sort itself out so that we can see where Bingham filters back in, but it does look like he has filtered ahead of these two by 2 seconds. Now you see, that is what I mean. There's Bingham and there's Patterson. So Bingham should have just pitted a bit earlier. Whoa, Alan's gone straight on. Alan's made a mistake. That kills Alan's podium. Oh man. Now it is up to see the 3 minutes left if Grant can make up 3 seconds. Music to my ears. Check that. Poor Alan. We'll have to play this one for him because that just hurt. And I'm sure Alan was screaming.
Emotional, damn it!
Because he surefire just tossed away a P3. Damn. And it does look like Bingham has got the number of Grant and is just pulling away from Grant. So Grant is... Boys look safe the way they are. So Kieran from last to first, absolutely fantastic. Done a great race. Pit window has now closed, so if you did not do your pit stop, you will not be able to do a pit stop and will receive a penalty. But thankfully all drivers have concluded their pit stop. So Kieran in P1, Bingham 6.5 seconds behind in P2, then 3 seconds behind him is Grant, and then 3 seconds behind is PWSR Alpha, which is Patterson Senior, and then he's got PWSR Bravo in Darren Miller behind him. Grant hit a back marker, unsafe rejoin. You boys are like to make kakne. Ay, 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 ay. We're too fun. Harder sitting in P6, which is a great drive. Essie in P7, I think poor Essie, that spin out that he had cost him dearly there. Then Zawitsky in P16, Groenewald P17, Immelman P10, Gavin in P15, Hoffman P11, Giardina, who is actually fighting with Hoffman. Oh, there's a nice little battle going on here. So we'll give some of the boys here in the back a little bit of a gap while Kieran has taken the final lap. So we'll keep an eye on Kieran just to see, to make sure we catch him taking the checkered flag. Let's see, Young sitting in P8, which is a great drive. That early pit stop definitely helped him. Throne is in P9, and then he's got Hargreaves in P13 behind him. So here we are with Patterson, Kieran in P1 on his last lap of the race in his Toby Quant car, which he will be taking to the finish line. So let's check him gooi the millies, and then when he crosses the line we can all clap our hands for him and we can celebrate. I almost thought that oak was going straight there at that corner. That seriously looked like he was going straight. So here comes Kieran, looking so lekker in his blue and turquoise Toby Quant car, which they will probably give me Quant trouble for calling them a bunch of Quant cars. So here comes Kieran, approaching the final corner. He is coming through the final corner in great style from a last to first, and and tossing it about, and absolutely the crowd goes wild. For Kieran! And he does a funny thingy. There's Van Heerden. Bingham brings it home in P2. Grant brings it home in P3. Alan P4, which should have been a P3. So for him, we'd be sad. But well done, Alan. Well deserved P4. Absolutely awesome, boys. This has been great racing. Dave is bringing it home. So we got Patterson P1, Bingham P2, Grant P3, Alan P4, Darren P5 in the end. Essie brings it home in P6. Dave will be bringing it home in P7. Arfan Heerden already finished the race, P13. Zovitsky and Groenewald P15 and P16. And let's go, Dave. Fantastic drive there in the Burger King from Dave. Well done on your P6, Dave. And to Hoffman and Gardiana. And then the final oak to come across the line is Mr. Brakpan himself, Tian Theroun. Hopefully Charlize is very, very proud of you. We are all very proud, so well done. And then the final driver to bring it home for the race, to end the server in the race. Well done to all the drivers. It was fantastic to see all of you here, and we will see you next week, same place, same time, different track, different car. Absolutely awesome, and all I have to say is
another one.
There we go. Check you boys next week. Thanks for watching. Have fun, enjoy, and kick load shedding's butt. Cheers, boys.